All right, everybody, this is definitely going to be a different video. We're on our way right now to go look at this comic book collection. It's 4 long boxes along with a bunch of CGCs. I think it's over 20 CGCs. From the pictures I've seen, there isn't anything super crazy in the collection, but we were reached out to by a follower of the channel. Actually, he reached out on eBay first, and then we started messaging on Instagram about it more. But he's looking to just get rid of the collection. He doesn't want to sell it. I'm not too sure why. I'm not sure if he's just being really awesome and nice and just giving us the collection for free because he doesn't want to deal with having to sell it, or what the deal is. But yeah, he's going to be pretty much, from what I understand, just giving us the collection. I did bring some money with me today because I feel wrong just taking it for free, so I'm going to try to offer him a couple dollars for it. But yeah, we got reached out to by a follower, and he says he has a comic book collection he's looking to get rid of, and I'm really excited. Plus, he also has a lot of other comics we're going to take a look at today from his personal collection. I guess he has a lot of really cool books in his personal collection, so it should be a really fun time. We're going to talk to him a little bit, see why he's deciding to sell the books, and yeah, figure out how he got into collecting and stuff. So it should be a fun video, definitely a different one. Comment down below and let me know what you think, and yeah, we'll bring you guys back once we get there. I'm not too sure how much we're going to be able to record, but we'll try to record as much as we can, and we'll bring you guys back when we get to the house.
Collecting for over 50 years.
Over 50 years.
Yeah, some things I bought when I was 12, 13 years old, and I still have it.
Now, do you remember the first book you ever bought?
No, but I would go to it was a pharmacy, actually. A pharmacy in Georgetown, South Carolina had a little rack of comic books, but they were like laid out. It wasn't a rack, just laid out. And I loved going to see the comics laid out. And I'm sure I could have bought some fantastic things back then, because that was like in the 70s.
Yeah, we got Adventure Comics, issue 49 from 1940.
Do you have a favorite comic out of all of these? Oh, that's a really high grade. We actually just got one of those in, but there's no pinup. It's like a 0.5. It's not that at all. But it's still the first Poison Ivy, so it's still really cool.
Hard to find. That's in the top 2%. That one right there.
I noticed a lot of these. Well, obviously all of them are slabbed. Do you have books in your personal collection that aren't slabbed, or do you mainly?
I'm giving them all to you.
Oh, so all the books that were raw, you're getting rid of.
Yeah. He and I had like already done some stuff through CGC, and some of that's here and some's back there. And we got the whole run of Brave and the Bold, but he said we had a lot of early Batman. He was like, you could get Batman 1 through 100. I was like, number 1 and 2 are really hard.
Yeah,
I used to have a 4 and 6, and I don't anymore. I'm a 6 still.
And a first appearance of Alfred.
Yeah, this is another one of my favorite books. That's the first appearance of Alfred, and it's from a collection. Reuben Blades, who's a jazz artist, that was from his collection.
Oh wow, so this is from, oh, that's really awesome. I didn't know that was the first appearance of Alfred. Batman number 16 and a 7-0, wow. Look how nice that book is. The spine, you got that all black right there too, and not like a single spine tick, yeah. Wow, this is a great book too. You don't have a lot of Spider-Man.
No.
Not a whole lot of Marvel.
Is
but
Batman
that's a
your
good
favorite
one.
character?
By far.
Yeah.
Yeah, just growing up and all. And my wife gave this book to me when we were in Richmond, Virginia, like 35 years ago. So that's one of my favorite books too. And it's a rare book. I think like 60 of them, something like that.
Oh wow.
Adventure Comics number 73, Origin of Manhunter. I've never seen a lot of these too, yeah. Like this right here, Adventure Comics 49 with the Sandman. Second appearance of Our Man. Wow.
Awesome. Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of these.
Yeah, I love the early adventure and action. They don't appreciate as well as some other books, but I just like the covers a lot.
Yeah.
Dang, high grade on that.
Yeah, this is a
Neil Adams
high
cover
grade too on the 423. That's awesome.
Yeah, McFarlane. First print.
Really?
92, 94, 96, 98.
Oh wow.
92 over there.
That's awesome. Do you have any of like the other printings or just the first print?
Just the first print, yeah.
First appearance of the Justice League, Brave and the Bold 28 and a 6.5. So do you have like a grade that you try to stay above?
Not really, but I love the Conan. It's like that's my only Silver Age key. That's 9.8.
Look how nice that is, 9.8 on a Conan number 1. That is an awesome book. Wow. The Joker covers too. Those don't get.
Yeah, I love
those early Joker
Joker's
covers are awesome.
Characters. So.
Batman issue 40, issue 39. Yeah, so you got a nice run here. Gotta get
a fair
number
number of
37.
7Ls for a while.
Yeah,
So
7L was
we're
really
kind of
the target.
targeting that range if we could.
Yeah, so that was kind of like your lowest grade point, the 7L.
This right here is a big
Yeah.
book.
Yeah,
This one's the first Justice League too. That one's a
Yeah, this is the first Justice League. You got Martian Manhunter on the bottom there, but this detective, you never really see it, and when you do,
No,
it's usually low
kinda
grade.
rare, kinda rare.
First appearance and origin of Martian Manhunter
Yeah, some
on that
say
one.
it's the first Silver Age comic, but they argue between that and a Flash comic. But some people say that's the first Silver.
The Showcase, I heard, was what a lot of people use as like the first Silver Age book.
Yeah, others use that.
So do you remember when they did that transition from like Silver Age, from Golden Age to
Not
Silver
really.
Age? And
No, that really came later. Like all of this, I was just a kid collecting, and so it didn't really register. It wasn't until much later when Overstreet started, their price guide and that type thing over time that I noticed that kind of thing. It didn't mean anything to me back then. I was like, whatever age, I was buying 50-cent comics or $1 comics. When they went up to $1, that was a big deal. $1 comics!
Oh no.
what made you want to get rid of the books? Was it just you need the space, or?
I was telling him earlier, we have a gala award thing next Thursday, and I have to give the speech for the Volunteer of the Year. And I thought, what am I giving back? And I was like, I want to give something back to the comic community.
That is
I
so
love you guys.
awesome.
I love you
thank you.
guys. So
Thank you so much. Wow.
Wow.
This book right here has recently
Yeah,
popped
this
up.
is.
Yeah.
Have you had this for a while, or is this
Yeah.
like a recent book you've had?
A while. Yeah, I've had more than one copy, but I just like it. I really liked Old Man Logan, the film, and so that's what kind of drew me to it when it first came out. So it's been a few years.
Are you excited for the Deadpool movie?
Yeah. I'm really hopeful that it'll
Yeah, hopefully they do it
boost
justice.
the whole.
This is a good
And
one
this book,
here.
I've seen this one before. So what is this?
Automatic Comics had a video, and he had a lower grade of that, but loves that book. And I was like, I like that book. And it was on Heritage, and I was like, 9.2 white pages. That's kind of my deal.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I ended up buying that one. Have 3 of the Star Wars, which has gone down in value. Bought one really cheap, like $800, and the other ones I bought higher.
Star Wars does fluctuate a lot.
Yeah, it does.
And these also, like all of these I bought during the comic boom. So I mean,
All
they're
9.2s.
they're good books, and I'm gonna hang on to them.
Yeah, right. That's the thing with a lot of people that were buying books, I think, over like 2019, 2020,
Yeah.
is especially these high grade ones. These are nice books.
And what was different was earlier years during recessions and all, comic books didn't go down in value. The comic boom is the only time I've ever seen in my 62 years where it went down in value. So surprised, but again, luckily only some books did I buy during that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that buy these bigger books, they try to keep track of where they're into them at and stuff, and a lot of people just collect and don't care what
And that's
the price
really
is.
the root part is I just love collecting. In Chicago, 30 years ago we lived, there was no internet and there were phone auctions. But there were some periodicals that came out about comic books, and so there was an upcoming auction, and it was the best known grade of Amazing Fantasy 15. I was like, I'd like that. And we were your age. And I was on the phone. You had to like talk to someone and say, yes, I'll bid, whatever. And I was willing to bid like 20, 25,000, which was insane back then. It was
I mean, we got so much money we made. We were
Yeah.
early,
to get
early
it.
80s. And I was like, I really want this book. Best known copy of Amazing Fantasy 15. And it went up and went up. And I was like, I can't do it. Went for 36,000. And I'm sure it's one of the ones that's gone for 2 or 3 million. I really like the new
Oh yeah, the new
containers.
case. Yeah.
But I saw one, the same book, come back with a lower page quality. And this is the white pages. I was like,
Yeah,
I
you
don't want
don't
an
risk
off-white
that.
coming
Yeah,
back.
that's
you
the
know?
thing about sometimes when you like send them to get reholdered or anything like that. Sometimes you risk that, like, you know, the one person looks at it and they're like, it's not a white page. You're like, I don't think it's a 19.
Yeah, well, a lot of things, like a lot of people don't realize, is these are actually older CGC labels, which means they were probably graded 5 years ago or more. So these books, unfortunately, aren't preserved in the cases.
I agree, yeah.
So if you had this exposed to light over the years, or if it was in a humid area, it is no longer going to stay that 7.0. So when
Yeah.
you bring it to get resubmitted or regraded, it does have the potential to going down.
And it's funny you called that one out because I told Stuart today that's one of 2 books I have that I don't believe is a 7.0. It's like, I don't like a 7.0.
Yeah, when you look at
You
it.
think it looks nicer?
It's
Or?
less. No, less. I just don't like the look of the book. Like, a lot of books look really clean and vibrant. That one doesn't to me. I was
But
just
maybe that never did.
disappointed when it
Yeah.
arrived.
It's those yellows though. Those yellows covers
Yeah,
have a
yellows.
hard
Yeah,
time
the yellow, I
keeping
feel
up.
like the yellow tans very easily. Or
And
at
then
least
you got
it's like
those
noticeable.
reds that just pop.
Yeah,
You
they
can
really
see
do.
through that.
Yeah, that first page, yeah, you can see
Like
the
you
writing.
can't, yeah.
Oh, you got a duplicate back there. I just noticed that.
Yeah, that's
He's
the
got a
low, that's the
7.0.
low one. It's 7.0.
So there's the
Yeah, I just
9.2.
bought that one in the last year or 2.
There's the Ra's al Ghul Batman 9.2, but then he's got a duplicate in a 7.0, and then this is probably the most modern book, the John Tyler Christopher cover there on Wolverine.
Do you pick up like modern books still? Or just if you find like keys or?
No, I was at MegaCon all 4 days.
Oh, were you?
And I kind of like not having to go through the convention floor every time to get to all the panels, because I go
Yeah.
for the panels and such, and it was fun.
How do you buy a lot of your books? Is it online or do you go to in-person events and try to buy them?
funny, in the 80s, we went from Miami to Montreal on I-95 looking for comic book shops, and she had some kind of intuitive
Radar.
radar to find a comic book shop in any city. And back then there were a lot of them.
Google could take us to the closest comic book shop.
Yeah, there wasn't that. Yeah,
That's who knows what we have.
and she could do it. And so, like, we would just go and buy, I'd like these 4 or 5 Killing Jokes, #1, when it first came out. Different things like that. But you can't do that anymore.
Yeah,
You know?
it's hard
Such
now.
Characters. They were like the different comic book guys.
Yeah.
Were such characters.
Yeah, like I'm gonna show you-
Soupy, we had nicknames for all of them because one guy only like Superman, and so we call him Soupy. And
Oh,
Yeah,
that's so
yeah,
fun.
when we were Metropolis Comics, he's the guy in Manhattan who is famously known, or infamously known, for slicing the sides of books, of trimming, they call it, trimming. He had 2 Action Comics #1, all
in the
these
shop when we were there.
in a shop over there, a bunch of other stuff. We were just kids back then, so I couldn't afford any of that. But whole different world now. You know, everything's online.
Do you spec on movies at all, or do you just buy books like that have connection
I
with
owned
it?
a few, which I regretted. I loved he was in the Black Eyed Peas, I forget his name, but I loved the cover. And it was being, speculated it was going to be the basis of the Werewolf by Night series. I was like, okay. And I just liked the cover, so they were like 200, 250. I bought like 5 or 6 of them. They were like $20.
Funny because that was, I think, like the first real thing that we like also speculated on before the Moon Knight show. So we got like a bunch of them, and then it didn't go well. So we learned to always sell before the show comes out.
Yeah, it's true. So I was like, I'm done with that.
Yeah, we were like, okay, no more speculating for us.
Yeah, buy what you know and buy what you like,
Yeah,
right?
if it's
true,
not a
it's true.
major
That's-
key, don't do it.
Actually, I've always just stuck with Batman because Batman's been very good to me because there are a lot of other things, like I think I said before, the adventurers don't really do that well. Batman always does well. And
So you're more into Batman than Superman.
yeah, I have dabbled, like when you go through the Raw books, I have a fair amount of Action Comics, but I was never a huge Superman fan, always more of a Batman fan. It's a whole human thing.
Conan Barbarian in a beautiful 9.8. First appearance of the Justice League on the Brave and the Bold 28 in a 6.5. Batman 423, 9.8 first print. And look at all these wonderful Batmans. Issue 36, 38 with the Penguin. First appearance of the X-Men in a 3.5. X-Men 94. New X-Men begins in that issue. Iron Man and Submariner #1. Great cover. From 1968. First appearance of Wolverine on 181. Such high grade copies. Giant size X-Men #1. Fantastic Four 48 in a 9.2 for Silver Surfer and Galactus. 181, beautiful 9.2. First appearance of Poison Ivy. You got Batman issue 81 with Two-Face. There's issue 60. Another really nice Joker cover on 55. You have 54. First appearance of Alfred in a 7.0.
What would be your one book on the table?
My top book on the table?
Yeah.
Yeah, curious. That's interesting.
What's your top book?
And yours also.
Ooh, that's a hard
I'm biased.
question.
I'm always the worst. Mine would be the Poison Ivy, just because I like the female characters.
Mine would also be.
And it's also so high grade.
I think I said earlier, but yeah, that's right.
This is hard
Hard to replace.
because me, being the collector I am, it would probably be between
Between the top 5.
these three, just because I'm a big X-Men fan and there's a lot of really iconic characters in this one. I love Wolverine and I'm a big Silver Surfer fan, but I gotta be honest.
But you have to pick one, so what's your one?
I mean, this Batman in the 9.6 is awesome. I just love.
I love that cover. We have
Yeah.
a poster in the garage, a giant poster of that book. And yeah, we have a 9.6, I think 9.4.
This is awesome, though.
That book.
This Conan is awesome. I don't know, this is hard. Hard decision, but the Brave and the Bold at a 6.5, I mean, the first Justice League at a 6.5. But I don't know, though, you got all these Batmans, too. Hard choice. I mean, that Joker cover in a 6.5, my top book would probably be, I don't want to be boring, but I think I'm going to go with the
I was
one.
gonna say, I feel like we're so
I think I'm gonna go with the 181.
Yeah, we'll pick the typical.
Either that or the Conan #1. The Conan #1 is sick. Oh wow, look at that. So you even got duplicates. You have the 251 in the, oh, you got 292s. Wow, look at that.
One white babies, one white.
Neil Adams. Yeah, look at those. So you didn't want to sell these ones when you bought the 9.6?
No, I just love that cover.
Yeah.
Like there's some books where it's like also the 251.
That's the 251.
Oh, that's 251. What's the other one, Stu?
We have a couple of Killing Joke.
Oh, this one. This one. We have a 92, 96,
Oh yeah, this
98.
cover, yeah.
If you had to get rid of every single book on here except for one, which would it be?
Poison Ivy.
See, we're on the same page.
Yeah, that's a
You
great
chose
book.
the wrong one, Angelo.
Yeah, so that's hard to come by. Like you can find giant size X-Men. You can't find. That's
19.
top 2%. That's hard to find.
Oh, so this is top 2% on the census?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
9.2, really? I would love to take a look at that Brave and the Bold collection you said you had too.
For sure.
The Raw collection. That would probably blow my mind. I've never seen a complete run of Brave and the Bold. So.
How many issues is the complete version?
Two, yeah,
Exactly.
it's a
200
lot.
flat, really?
Which is funny.
Is it exactly 200?
Exactly 200.
Wow.
And you have to also have the Pizza Hut
28.
28 variant
Oh,
for the
that's
complete
funny.
collection. If you're
in here.
on CGC.
Oh, can we come in there?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
So the first
Oh, wow.
Oh my
7
gosh.
are Brave and the Bold.
Yeah, the first
And then a
7
couple.
boxes.
I didn't know you had it slabbed.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's the only slabbed complete run of Brave and the Bold.
In the world?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
There's someone who has a better overall collection.
Oh my
Point,
gosh.
but this is the only complete collection.
Wow.
No way. No freaking way. That is insane. This is an entire complete
Right? He's so excited.
Brave and the Bold collection. Oh my gosh.